The German Panzerkampfwagen 6, more famously known as the Tiger I, has become an icon of the Second World War's armoured warfare. Introduced in 1942, this heavy tank was intended to dominate the battlefield with its thick armour and powerful gun. Revered by some as a mechanical masterpiece and criticised by others as over-engineered, the Tiger I remains one of the most hotly debated tanks in military history. In this video we explore its development, capabilities, performance and the legacy of the Tiger I to assess whether it was truly a good tank or was it a bad one. To support our channel, please click subscribe. The Tiger I emerged from Nazi Germany's need to counter increasingly powerful Soviet tanks, particularly the T-34 and KV-1. During the early phases of Operation Barbarossa in 1941, German armour, especially the Panzer III and IV, struggled against these heavily armoured Soviet designs. Adolf Hitler demanded a solution, calling for a tank that could outgun and outlast anything the enemy fielded. Design work began under Henschel and Porsche, with Henschel's design ultimately being selected after extensive testing. The first Tigers rolled off the production line in August 1942. Weighing around 57 tons, the Tiger I was equipped with an 88mm KWK-36 gun, derived from the fearsome 8.8cm flak anti-aircraft gun that had already become rather proven against armour. Now, there are a number of strengths to the Tiger. The first one was firepower. The Tiger I's main armament was one of the most effective tank guns of the war. The 88mm cannon could destroy enemy tanks at ranges far beyond those of most Allied weapons. It could penetrate the armour of a Soviet T-34 or an American Sherman from over 1,500 metres. German tank commander Otto Carius wrote, "A hit from the 88 usually meant a kill." The gun's high velocity and accuracy made it not only a powerful anti-tank weapon, but also useful against infantry and fortifications. Allied tank crews feared encounters with Tigers, knowing they could be destroyed before even getting within range. The second positive was armour protection. The Tiger I's armour was formidable. Its frontal armour was up to 100mm thick and sloped minimally, unlike the T-34, which pioneered sloped armour, but it was strong enough to shrug off most Allied tank and anti-tank fire. The Tiger's design created a fear factor that exceeded even its actual battlefield presence. The third positive, that's a psychological impact. The Tiger was used not just as a weapon, but also as propaganda. Its reputation grew rapidly, and entire Allied units would reroute or retreat upon hearing that a Tiger was in the area. Some tank crews reported suffering from Tiger phobia, a term used to describe the psychological fear of facing this machine, often mistaking lesser tanks for it. A fourth positive of the Tiger, now that's tactical superiority. When used properly, particularly in ambushes or defensive positions, the Tiger could dominate the battlefield. In engagements where the Tiger had long sightlines and solid support, it could destroy multiple enemy vehicles without taking damage. In skilled hands, especially amongst elite units like the Schwere Panzerabteilung, the heavy tank battalions, the Tiger I achieved kill ratios as high as 10-1. But there were obviously some big weaknesses. Despite its strengths, the Tiger I was far from perfect. In fact, many historians argue its flaws outweighed its advantages in the broader context of the war. The first disadvantage, mechanical complexity and reliability. The Tiger I was over-engineered. Its complex transmission, overlapping road wheels and suspension made it notoriously difficult to maintain. Even minor breakdowns required significant mechanical effort to fix it. Its Maybach HL230 engine was underpowered for its size, often leading to engine failure or fires. It was not uncommon for more Tigers to be lost due to mechanical failure than enemy fire. In harsh environments, mud, snow or sand, its systems frequently clogged or failed. As Heinz Guderian, Inspector General of Armoured Troops, once complained, "We are building tanks that require more care than a baby." The second negative was limited mobility. Weighing over 50 tons, the Tiger I was slow and unwieldy. With a top speed of only 25 miles an hour on roads, and much less in rough terrain, it lagged behind faster and more flexible tanks. It also had poor fuel efficiency and a short operational range, often limiting its effectiveness in fast-moving operations. Additionally, many roads and bridges could not support its weight. Some Tigers were abandoned simply because they could not cross rivers or narrow passages. In the Ardennes or on the Eastern Front, this immobility was a serious liability. The third negative, now that's production cost. Only 1,347 Tiger 1s were ever produced between 1942 and 1944, a tiny number compared to tens of thousands of Shermans and T-34s. Each Tiger required vast resources, manpower, and time to build. At a time when Germany was being bombed and facing material shortages, that number was unsustainable. In the time it took to produce one Tiger 1, Germany could build 3 or 4 Panzer IVs or 5 Stug 3 assault guns. Many German commanders such as Erwin Rommel preferred quantity and reliability over advanced but scarce designs. Now the fourth weakness, strategic inefficiency. Tigers were often misused. They were sometimes deployed in situations that didn't suit their capabilities, urban warfare, deep snow, or against massed artillery. When isolated or unsupported, they were vulnerable to infantry, with anti-tank weapons, mines, or artillery barrages. Allied forces developed tactics to counter Tigers, such as flanking attacks, concentrated artillery, or even deploying airstrikes. The introduction of the Sherman Firefly, equipped with a 17-pounder gun, and the Soviet IS-2, helped level the playing field. Now the Tiger 1 was both a legend and a liability. As a piece of engineering, it was exceptional. Its firepower and armour were unmatched when it was first introduced. In one-on-one duels, it could dominate nearly any opponent. As a psychological weapon, it was extraordinarily effective, feared by Allied soldiers and revered by German commanders. But war is not won by individual duels. The Tiger 1's complexity, mechanical fragility, high cost, and limited numbers meant it could not shift the tide of the war. Germany's focus on quality over quantity, exemplified by the Tiger, may have ultimately contributed to its strategic failures. Perhaps the best summary comes from the British tank historian David Fletcher, who wrote, "The Tiger was a tactical triumph, but a strategic failure." In the end, the Tiger 1 may not have been the best tank of the Second World War, but it was certainly the most famous. Its legacy continues to fascinate historians, tank enthusiasts and video gamers alike. Whether as a symbol of engineering ambition or overreach, the Tiger 1 remains a towering presence in the history of armoured warfare. Thanks for watching. To support this channel, learn with me, please click subscribe down below, it really does help. And once again, thanks for watching.